Good morning, world. It is a beautiful sunny day here in Lijiang, Yunnan, China. But unfortunately, today is also departure day, so our bags are packed and, we have a couple hours just to hang around a bit, and then we're going to eat lunch, going to the airport. Our flight leaves at about 4:45 back to Beijing. Yeah, this place has really been nice to me, and I'll never really forget, all the experiences that I've had here. Especially because I've vlogged about them. Oh, and by the way, sleeping in for me means 8 a.m. So that's when I got up. So Richard and I right now are going out to just take a walk and also to get me some breakfast. And it's never been this sunny or clear out in Lijiang here since we were here. So this is actually pretty nice weather. First stop, the Apple Store. Next stop, this market. I just spent like 30 minutes in the Apple Store on the internet looking up stuff. I really love early morning shopping. There's no one else around, and you can just spend your time or take your time just looking at things you want. And so I bought a 4x4 Rubik's Cube, bought some little chocolate cookie things that I want to bring back to the States, and I brought some bread for breakfast. Pretty good. So now we're going to go back to the hotel, see if anyone else is awake. What do you know? No one else is up yet. So you'll never believe this, but I was on my computer looking up some churches in Beijing that I could potentially go to. The closest one to the hotel is an hour away by foot. And there was this woman that came in, she was faxing something, she's actually right over here. And when she heard me say church, she asked me about it, and it turns out that she's also a Christian, and she also attends church here in Lijiang, the one church here, which has, she says, about 200 people. And yeah, that's really something. And and it's not a church building, I believe it's just a meeting place. Now right before that woman left, she showed me, this is in the computer room by the way, and there's a bookcase here and there's actually a Bible in Chinese that they have at the hotel. I can't read a single word of this, but yeah, it's still really, really nice to see. So you might find this hard to believe, but it turns out this entire hotel is run by Christians. And the reason that that first woman talked to me, the reason that she was there, she was the sister of the boss of this hotel, and all the staff here, I think they're all one family, but I'm not too sure on that. And I took a picture with all of them, and yeah, 5 Christians I met in Lijiang, China. That's really something. It's about 12:30, and it's time for our very last lunch together. Well, here in Lijiang, at the very least.
Very last lunch.
4th time eating at the Garden Restaurant. Goodbye, Jiayi Hotel. You've been my home for the past 2 weeks, and now it's time to go back to my real home, sort of. And here's the bus that's gonna take us to the airport. Believe it or not, this is the path down to the airport. Yeah, really down a really, really narrow road. This is the airport. One runway. Well, there's an ATC tower. Well, obviously. This is where we got off. Domestic arrivals. And this is where we're getting off. It's 2:45. It took us just over half an hour to get to the airport. Yeah, and our flight leaves in 2 hours. It's another about 3 to 3.5 hour flight back to Beijing. This is the departure terminal. Tiny, tiny, tiny. That's our flight. 5182 to Beijing. So that was the first time I've ever gotten frisked, but they scan each person like individually here. So there are only like 4 waiting rooms here. A lot of people, really dense. And we have about just under 2 hours. Time to board. Walking down the hall to our plane. And we don't have to take stairs this time, it looks like. Yeah, there it is. Dear Air. That's when we leave at 4 or 5 or something. I know. There was only one runway at this airport, so we're actually turning around. 180. Goodbye, Lijiang. I hope to see you again someday. Wow, this scenery is amazing. Look at this fluffy clouds out there. Time for dinner, and it says lantern pepper sauce. I wonder what this is. Oh. Pepper sauce. Yeah, I meant this. It's rice, vegetables. Looks good. Let's try it. You can tell we're near Beijing because it's all cloudy, overcast, and polluted. We're just under 30 minutes out from Beijing, and I'm actually pretty tired. I didn't get much sleep. But I believe we're going to be having dinner, so that's nice. And yeah, it's pretty hot out there, close to 80 degrees, according to the flight attendant. So I have a feeling I won't be needing my jacket. Starting to see the city lights.
尊敬的旅客朋友们，我们已经来到北京首都国际机场，距离市区25公里。现在飞机还在滑行中，请您不要起身站立提拿行李。同时，请您不要打开手机电源，以免干扰到机组与地面的通信联络。当飞机完全停稳后，我们将会调亮客舱灯光，提示您。届时，请您再整理好所有随身物品，准备下机。感谢您选乘首都航空的班机，我们期待着与您再次相聚，谢谢。
Here we are again. So the first thing that I noticed when flying into the city was how dark it was, and it's actually still relatively early. In Lijiang, it actually gets dark really late, and I think that has to do with China having only one time zone, despite it being, you know, really large, about as large as the contiguous United States. In the U.S., we have 4 different time zones for that, for the land that size. China only has 1. I think that's kind of interesting. Back in Beijing. It's definitely not as bad as it was last time. It's not nearly as hot, and but it's still pretty warm. It's actually sprinkling a little bit. We are going out to dinner. Nice. So do I like Lijiang or Beijing better so far? Well, I guess each has its, you know, good characteristics. Lijiang has its kind of rural feel. I kind of like that sometimes. But of course Beijing is more globalized, and I'm a little more comfortable with that. So yeah, I like both cities. We are going to have Peking roast duck. I've never tried it before. Peking duck. Sure.
You guys want to see how to have the duck? I'm just gonna like show you how to do it.
I've never tried this before. I've never eaten dinner past 9 o'clock before, and it's 9:45 already. But I don't know, this food is just good. It's 10:47. We were in the restaurant for way too long. It took like 30 minutes packing up all the food into boxes. Oh gosh, it's raining. Yeah, alright, finally time to get to the hotel. Days in China. It's 11:15. Finally got our rooms, and I need to take a shower and go to sleep really quickly. Because tomorrow I need to get up at 5:30. Yeah, alright, good night everyone.